But there's sort of other big news for Danny. I don't know if other people at home know this, but Vice came out with this huge article. And it was like sort of popping out there. And it basically the premise is why tiny dicks might come back in fashion.
Oh, yeah.
I was loving that one.
Oh, you both were loving that.
I love that.
I was like, fuck, so I'm getting out then.
Dude, there's fucking really
I said Danny and fucking Paul are gonna love this. That's bad news for myself, obviously. I'm gonna enjoy my time until the tiny dicks come back. And with the hogs for permanently.
But like the thing I was thinking about too with it is like just okay. What guy, obviously, and they're like, yeah, no, some girls actually really do, like, you know, they're like, research shows that obviously girls like bigger dicks better, but like, also, like, it doesn't show that guys like bigger dicks better, so, you know what I mean?
That was a big part of it.
You're like, yeah, what guy's gonna hop in and be like, yeah, my dick's
I assume gay guys is what they
this is what it was. But to start it was like, so the ideal penis size has grown and shrunk throughout history. Even before that, I always like my favorite part about all this stuff is like the guy who's writing the article.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially.
You know it's a guy.
No, my favorite.
Well, it is. I looked it up. So basically, yeah, you have some dude. It's like, what is his wife's like? What are you working on? It's just like basically a big piece about how chicks actually. This is only the one weird time in history where girls don't like fucking tiny pieces. If I was born in any other time in history, I would be a god. And they have statues dedicated to me.
Yeah, but they were saying, they were like back in the Greek days. And
I'm going to go through it.
Yeah.
And basically, well, that's what they're saying. And the Greeks also. It is sort of the thing with the way that the Greeks operate. It's like they sort of did the thing that South Park did where they go, listen, like it's actually average is 4. And then you go bring your wife and you go, so I'm actually kind of packing. And then you act embarrassed about it. Like, oh, like fucking massive 5-incher. I hate being so different from average.
Would I even be welcome, you know, with this fucking fat hog? I don't know.
Because you could do that back then. Like, nowadays with porn and stuff, every sort of girl basically knows what the deal is with average. If anything, they're sort of the opposite, where they think big pythons are more common than they are, right?
Right.
Especially in fucking the ones that are with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but
for sure.
Before you actually could, the boys could get together and then make some statues with small dicks, and you sort of bring your girl over and you go,
no, not me. Not me. But regardless, I'm not obviously trying to fucking get sensitive, but it's like as a non-visible minority, like, you know, that shit obviously like gets on my fucking nerves. You know
what does?
Being a non-visible minority, because average size is 5 inches. Obviously, I'm way above that. But, you know what I mean? But I don't have my dick out all the time, so it's just non-visible minority.
New category.
So like, obviously, I go through a lot of things that people don't, you know. But
they said several studies indicate the average woman who has sex with men may prefer a larger and average penis. So this guy, that's the part Paul was talking about, where basically he was like, he did some research, and after doing all his research, he said there's some indication the girls
are cool with it. Guys, it's yet to be seen, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
He said girls like big dogs, and he goes, but there's been far less research on the type of penises men who have sex with men prefer, so they're not really sure. He's been doing the research. We can go to the bathhouse.
I can guarantee you, gay
like
guys
after multiple
like,
Danny, what have you found that they like the small one or don't like the small one?
I just like the tasty ones. Those are my favorite. The ones that taste the best.
That's so He goes, so we did some research. First of all, gay dudes are all like pride themselves and the size kings, essentially.
For sure.
I cannot imagine there's any scenario where they go, girls like bigger ones. He goes, but gay guys, trust me, the research is inconclusive. There's no way to find out.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time. Like if you're like, this is the first time me being gay, maybe the guy goes, flump. You go, you start something smaller.
Yeah, no, but gay guys aren't going to do that to the boys. Like, I'm 9-inch Nigel, and I don't know. Personally, I don't know what guys are looking for, you know?
No, it's this. The guy goes, there's a guy in the thing, he goes, one guy pulls out a 12-incher, and then he goes, you know what? That might be a little big for me the first time. And he's in the corner with his research page. He goes, who's this guy? He runs out. He goes,
don't mind me. I'm just doing some university research.
Say no more.
For my study. It's also one of these articles too. It's like all of these jobs is insane. Where you like keep referencing things. They go, who's an expert on penile fucking sizes or whatever.
Dude, my favorite line from this was. The dude goes, the preference for petite penises runs back to at least the 8th century BCE, as is reflected in statuary of the era, noted Timothy McNiven, an associate professor at Ohio State University, who has studied antique penile depictions and continues straight through most classical Greek art and literature.
That's funny having that on your Hinge profile.
Well, also, it's like,
what do you do? A petite penile expert.
If a girl tells you, yeah, you got a small dick, you're like, yeah, you're just chirping. But if your girl's like, yeah, my boyfriend has a petite dick, like, I'll fucking kill myself. I will fucking petite dick, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, petite dick. When it gets hard, it's all right, you know what I mean? But he's pretty petite. Like, get the fuck out.
That guy's like the ultimate turning his passion into his profession, you know? He's just like fucking, the guy's like, I just love dicks.
Well, no, he's sort of that, but he's dedicated his whole life to sort of getting it out there. That's actually pretty sick having a small one. That's kind of it's been his life's work. He was basically making himself the senior fellow of dick experts. So if you go, is there anyone in the world that knows more about dicks than this guy? Then they go, well, since we've all accepted that I'm the expert now, let's talk about size. It's actually better to be tiny.
Yeah, it actually is way better small. Like, this guy had a 15-year plan.
Yeah, it was.
His thesis is just starting to fucking pan out.
You have to respect the move also a little bit.
Forever back in Columbus, we should look this guy up.
He goes, the enduring, that'd be a good guy to have on the podcast, the fucking dick expert.
He's like a classical dick expert.
Yeah, he's
like, he's like very, like, he's gonna, you know, he's like a professor, and probably go into his office and he has like all the dolls, they all have dicks. Like, it's just like, you know, 50 statues and they all have different dicks. Like, it's all just like.
Yeah, because obviously, like, in porn, a lot of these guys have big dicks. Yeah. Obviously, my studies are all pre-industrial revolution, so I'm not really a modern dick studier, you know what I mean? But obviously, yeah, back in the day.
Things got a little wonky in the new era, but it'll all go back to the...
Yeah, most of that is pills and pumps and stuff like that, I would assume, but I haven't done research on that.
The enduring sense of a man's worth may be measured by his length and girth, but on average, for men who on average have 5 to 6 inch penises, and it allows those people to feel woefully inadequate, it says. But, you know, not like me. I was shamed personally for having my dick dragging on the floor, denting the hardwood.
I think you're talking about your balls, Ryan. My balls you're ashamed for your massive balls.
They don't really talk about the balls, though.
Yeah. What were they doing in fucking shaming people? Like, what was the hierarchy of balls?
Thing, but what about
is there a ball guy? Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you think him at Ohio State is like his arch nemesis is the ball historian? He goes, he's just a penis historian. He goes, I do the balls. I'm the ball historian. He's like, where's the sperm kept? In the balls.
The girl's super disappointed too. You said you were 8 inches. I measured the balls. He just has the tiniest dick, but 8-inch balls. What was I supposed to measure?
The ball fraternity bullying the dick fraternity. they come back. They fucking they're vandalizing their thing. Small dick losers, the petite losers.
But the other thing I was thinking about too, where it's like, if you have truly like a 1-inch dick, after it gets hard, it's 1 inch. It's like,
micro's tough.
It's fine.
You should be able to qualify dead serious for like disability. Like, you don't have to tell people, but like, you should.
But like, you can't work.
You haven't been working in a while.
If anything, you need to work. You need to go make that much more money to even the playing field. What do you mean disability?
Maybe,
dude. If you're a 1-incher and you're just making disability,
yeah. Well, look.
Yeah,
if
good
my
luck
dick
with
was
that,
1 inch,
pal.
then you want to be like, what's the point? I don't even like. What do I have to work for?
No, you fucking literally. I'm sure if you take all the billionaires, like they're disproportionately have small penises.
Yeah, some guys.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Rise up above.
Whereas like guys like me that don't have $1 billion actually packing. That's what you say to girls on a date. They go, Elon Musk. You go, if you actually think about it, every billionaire probably has a tiny.
You're gonna cover that, right? What, the bill? You're like, yeah. I'm broke. You know what I mean? What? I'm not fucking overcompensating for anything. I don't make any money.
Well, that was the article we were sort of talking about that was going around. Whereas the trans woman that's turning into the guy that did a whole bit on like her getting her new dick and all that stuff. Oh. And they are making them pretty good right now. It's like, okay, well, why doesn't every guy with a 1-incher just be like, okay, well, I'm trans from guy to more guy. Give me a fucking nice piece. They take it off your leg though, which is weird.
I'm actually transitioning.
Yeah, you have like a crater in your quad.
Yeah, it's nuts. And this person that did it, they basically the article is incredible because on the thing it's like she goes, yeah. And when I found out the size of my fucking hog that they were giving me, I started sobbing.
Yeah. Well,
when I find out my penis was going to be
I
found out when my penis was going to be so large, I started sobbing. You go, you and me too, pal.
When the fucking Danny was born and his dad saw his penis, he started sobbing too. He goes, was there a mix-up in the maternity ward? I like they're just going back and forth of who has small dick. Maybe it's Paul, maybe it's Danny.
Yeah,
we're too immature for this article. It's not possible.
I'm obviously in transition right now, and it's like, you, Brandon. So You're becoming a girl? No. Because you've been a guy your whole life. Yeah, I'm still a guy. I'm just transitioning.
I'm just
from
taking trans
smaller
surgery.
dick to.
Do you think the surgeon, like, does he charge by the inch? Like, is he trying to upsell? Where she's like, she's like, 5's fine because like I want to keep most of my leg, and he's like, I don't know.
I think we run the leg.
He
dry.
brings in guys with 5 inches. He goes like, I want to kill myself. So.
He has all the tiers out there, you know what I mean? Yeah, again, if you want to go with that basic 5 package, that's cool. Like, if that's what you're making, you know what I mean?
If you want to go with the bronze package, that's fine.
So you're not interested in pro or expert at all. You know what I mean? You're cool with just getting hard once a month. All right, basic package it is.
Yeah,
Let's
no, honestly, you know what? And then you go, and then the guy goes, no, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to get the bigger one. He goes, no, you know what? You made your decision. It's fine. You're
in the basic package.
Well, he goes, no, I changed it. I do want the bigger one. He goes, yeah, well, the price just went up on that.
And they have the one. They have
the deal
one,
no longer applies, so that's going to be more expensive.
The doctor, when you're kind of like hemming and hawing, who walks by and he like looks in to help him out, like to help out. He goes, it comes in here, he fucking just like has like a giant dick print. He goes, I used to be a woman too, just like you. And
the guy comes over. He goes,
a lump.
Yo, Terry, come in.
Terry, come in here.
No, he takes a phone call.
Terry over here works here, but he's also a client. Terry, what you got?
He takes a phone call. He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, so you just got the 4-inch and you weren't happy with it? Oh, all right. Well, there's no refunds, but that's you forever. Anyways, what were you saying about the 5 one you wanted?
Yeah.
Someone did have theirs in the article. Well, we're going to talk about the article later.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think so. Whatever.
Anyways,
that article was too gross. The article was like 90% of that article literally was like
it's like a scientific thing.
Yeah, I was bleeding everywhere, and it's just like
it is a lot.
And then there it was. My period.
Yeah, and how like, but there was like some other trans man who got one, and then had this huge chunk of the leg taken out, and the body just rejected it.
Yeah, so now you don't have your leg and the dick didn't.
Well, you're missing, but then that person was like, round 2, let's do it again.
Yeah, well, they were saying
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, I didn't hear no bell.
They were
give me another dick.
So you're the dick surgery didn't take, so I guess you won't have a dick. And he goes, hey, doctor. I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
He's just fucking on the ground, like, he's just hooked up to all these pipes because he almost lost all his blood because of the dick. Like, hit me again. Hit me.
Getting the biggest dick, so you need blood transfusions, constantly just have enough blood to make a boner.
That is tough, though. You're just there, your wife's like, where you been? He's like, yeah, I was getting my 9th dick. The dick injury's not taking.
This one's going to take. I can feel
that
it.
Stinks. But that's why I was doing this joke on stage, but there was this dude who got a dick enlargement, and then he died during the enlargement. So it's like, these things, you got to really want the piece, because that's the other thing the doctor should be saying. He's like, listen, there's a chance you die during the surgery. You want to die for a 4? You want to die for a 4-piece?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's the same risk, like
if you're gonna die, you might as well go for a fucking hog.
Do you think it's like the body dysmorphia with the plastic surgery? You know, like people like girl gets breast implants and they like keep going back and back to get them bigger. Like it's where he has to be like someone's like I want. He goes, nobody's ever got that. You can't. He goes, give me the dick, doctor. I'm gonna go to someone 100%. Who will.
The guy who wants the tattoo on the eye.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, you give it to me or I'm going to go to fucking Tijuana.
He slips him a piece of paper of what inches he wants. He goes, how much 100%. Inches he wants? He slips it over. He goes, 14. He goes, no dick. No one's made a dick like this and lived to tell the tale. It's not even regulation. The CDC is going to be all over my ass. I'm like one of these puppies.
Or the doctor doesn't want he never wants to put in a dick that's bigger than his.
That's another thing, too.
You know what I mean? Where they're like, we were thinking 6.5. He's like 6.5. I mean, that's just going to kill somebody. You don't really need 6.5. I don't know what
wait, they get that big? I
don't really know what you're going to do with 6.5.
Hilarious, but what do you actually want?
Yeah, what did you actually want?
That would be funny if you, I'm an accessory to crime because of all the vaginas you'd be ruining, but I don't want to go to jail as an accessory. So he goes, this is the ancient Greeks, this is what they sort of say. So it may be shocking to learn that the ancient Greeks, the ostensible progenitor, so this guy likes his big words when he's talking about dicks, of Western cultural and aesthetic value, abhorred big dicks. So he's like, this is the kind of stuff he's talking.
Abhorred is
abhorred. How do you pronounce it?
It's like abhorrent?
Abhorred, yeah. But he goes, abhorred of big dicks.
Like he's telling his wife, like, you don't even know, they hated them. She goes, his wife's like, yeah, I sort of like a big dick. He goes, that's so strange because for all of human history, they've
Literally,
been fucking
first off,
it's been the most hated thing.
The only reason they probably hated them is because they always made these statues. No, they always made these statues out of marble, and like, what's the easiest thing to snap off than a fucking long cock?
Do you think that? Oh, you think one of the
everybody was making these big cock fucking statues.
That's not what they're saying.
People were coming up to me like, dink, and just like,
It was like the original taking the BMW sign off.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, they were ripping noses
sign.
off of those and shit too.
Yeah, they were. Well, the noses would fall off, but I'm still like, you have a huge fucking rod on there.
So that's your theory.
Snap that thing off, no problem.
My theory is
and they're like marble. It's like someone's like spent a year making one of these things. And
mine's like marble too.
Yeah, so then when they're getting your statue done and stuff like that, they're like, you want us to do that hog like long, hard, 8 inches like it usually is? And you're like, look, then they'll just deface it.
Yeah, we got to make it so those ones sit on the balls, so you can't even really
that's
snap
not what
it
this
off.
guy's theory is. His theory is the proper and beautiful penis is dainty. He goes,
that's always what a girl wants.
How do you write this article? Dainty. He goes, an ancient erotic art scholar of the worldview, a human with very large genitalia, especially the male genitalia, is considered to be grotesque and even laughable. So he's saying, the girl's like laughing at your dick. You go, it's not that big.
It's pretty dainty.
This guy John Clark's out there. John Clark is saying amazing things. This is in one sentence. He goes, the perfect penis is a dainty one, and having a big dick is grotesque and laughable.
You've heard girls say that though, right?
Yeah.
My boyfriend's got a fucking solid dude, makes a lot of money, drives a truck, dainty hog. Yeah. Like just a fucking man's man.
He's got a dainty piece of meat.
Yeah. Dainty fucking hog just swinging around in there. He's a man's man.
You know.
He's a Ford driver.
What's he packing? It's a dainty piece.
It's a dainty fucking piece.
He's been doing a lot of research to prove this to his chick.
Oh, for sure.
Look at this article. His wife's chick. This is written by you.
No, this isn't for an article. This is like this is like an ex. This is like this guy. Like,
sure,
someone broke up with him over this, and he's had an axe to grind about this for probably since.
For sure.
The preference for petite penises runs back to at least the 8th century BCE, as it's reflected in statues of the area. And so, yeah, that they're basically saying they propose that one of the reasons is because they like balance or whatever. So he's saying, it's actually more balanced, whereas a nice big.
I mean, dude, if Michelangelo, like, you walk in there in fucking whatever Florence, and he's just got this, like, it would be like. Weird. I think if you saw
the statue of David, if it was just fucking pumped,
and he just had like a hammer.
Well, they like ripped
like
off his arms and shit.
Yeah, it would be like weird.
Maybe it's like because they're so straight. Like the less dick, the better. That I have
it
to
is
touch.
funny because the hands are huge on it. They make the hands massive.
They like statue of David now has like an attachment so that his arm stays in peace because it was like people came through and ripped off the arms, ripped off this. So it's like if there was a huge hog sticking out, like guaranteed. That's the first thing.
Oh, it's gone.
Some guy's just there with his family. It's just like,
but dude, you're bringing like kids to a gallery. Like, imagine that was a thing, and then like all these kids are walking around the gallery. Like, they probably like in current sensibilities have to like cover it.
Well, all this stuff is basically belongs in like a gay museum. If it's that, right? Mm-hmm. Like even that, even the jobs. Like this guy, his job is. This is the one we were talking about before, but it is a fucking. He's an associate professor, and he studies. So his whole thing is he studies penile depictions. That's his whole deal, right? And you're just like, I mean, and you're not gay. Come on.
That's so good.
Yeah, you can't have that job and be like straight. Like you better be like the professor in the building.
Really good job working from home too. His wife's coming in with tea. She's like, "You coming to bed anytime soon?" And he's just zooming in on the fucking, just staring at a fucking. Get out of here. We're gonna be working late. I'll be coming to bed later. And he's just staring at a soft dick.
He said, "Yeah, a soft one." Well, the Greeks valued the aesthetics because they said it's about balance, and nothing should be too big or out of balance. So that's another thing. If you're a small D out there and you take the girl home and she's like, "Oh, it's not that big," you go, "Pretty balanced, huh?"
Yeah, it's a bit out of balance. Yeah,
fairly balanced body, right? You go, how would you describe your dick size? Balanced as shit, dude.
Yeah,
it's perfect balance.
You see me,
and then picture a very balanced piece. It's also possible that the Greeks may have been reflecting a culturally ingrained and acceptable eroticism of young men. So the other thing that they were proposing is that like also there's a lot of like pedophiles.
Oh, pedos. So they're like they wanted. Yeah,
they was like they don't want that gross like adult penis, you know? Yeah, because they had all the bathhouses and all that stuff where they'd bring the kids in and stuff like that. It was the original Epstein's Island. Was the Greek Rome baths.
Did you send the thing to me with where the girl has the disease or whatever, where she looks like she's 8?
Yeah,
she's 20.
someone else said that to me too. But
and like she's like all
crazy.
the only guys are dating are like the creepy.
She has like the Andy Milonakis
Sure.
disease, but she looks 8 years old. So it's like, it is true though. How could you ever date that girl?
Yeah.
You bring your girl out, she's 8, and you go, oh, don't worry, she's 35. And I was like, okay, but yeah, she looks 8. And you
She's
go,
like, I love
Yeah.
that.
and you go, but she's not.
She's not. The boy's got one under the rug.
Literally, every guy she dates is like the worst comb over, like every single one.
You have to have such a long story about how you met. You're like, no, we've known each other, family, friends for 25
She
years.
just wouldn't grow up, you know what I mean? Yeah. We've been hooking up since she was 8. I was 8 too.
So, we keep getting older, they keep staying the same, actually.
It's like a Benjamin Button situation. It is actually the case.
Well, some Athenian plays, their pop entertainment, clearly articulated the elevation of smaller dicks, as evidenced by what they had a play, and basically...
Yeah, Small Dick the Musical. I've seen that.
The name of it roughly translates to small pricks. And it was Aristophanes, the clouds, and then they used big erect dicks for laughs, and the evil music comes down for the big hog.
Aristophanes.
This honestly
everybody's got a
sounds
version
like
of that joke.
This
the
is like an
Aristophanes.
episode of South Park.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this one's.
But this guy's proposing this, they had all these plays about how good small dicks are.
You never heard that joke, the old Aristophanes joke?
Yeah.
Guy walks into the fucking talent agency. Talent agency says, yeah, it's an audition. Trick is that there actually isn't a job. He actually isn't a real casting agent. Asks her to get naked. He pulls out the piece. She's like, that's not going to do it. He eats her out. He still gets it done because all that matters is fucking, you know what I mean? How you work it. It's not size. And she goes at the end, wow, I came 8 different times. I can't even fucking walk. What do you call that? The Aristophanes. You guys never heard that? You guys never heard that bit? It's an old one. It's a classic. BC.
It's the world's first joke. It's the world's first dirty joke.
The Small Dick the Musical is incredible. The Aristophanes.
I can't even walk. What do you call that shit?
The Aristophanes.
The Aristophanes.
2 inches to heaven. Every song.
Yeah, it's a musical too.
Oh, look at this guy comes through with his 5-incher. Behold my 5-inch python. Everyone, all the girls,
But we can still pump.
2 inches. Do. I really want it in me. Do. I said I really want that D.
There's some guy too who's like the best actor in the world. He's like just the absolute best. And they go, all right, let's see the piece.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's too big, man.
Oh, that's well, I'll tell you what they said. That was the last sentence they said. He said there was one period in time where they liked the big hogs.
Yeah.
And he said the Romans, basically, they would even give people promotions because of their dick size in the army. So you can't do that anymore, huh?
Yeah, no.
The good old days where someone could just fucking get by on the size of the
that is the piece of a general right there.
That's what it is. Yeah. He goes, "What are you?" He goes, "The guy comes in the shower. He goes, what platoon are you in? Private or general?" And he goes, "I'm a private." He goes, "Not anymore."
Not anymore. Let's make that public. You're a public now.
Yeah. So Paul actually got demoted at his job when he pulled the piece out.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, until it got hard.
And then it was actually pretty fucking good.
And they're like, actually, that is pretty solid.
Yeah, Paul's about to call up a girl, be like, just to prove it. FaceTime, go, tell the boys.
Tell the boys how good my dick is. He goes, well, he's never really gotten it up, actually. He goes, we'll call someone else. That was the wrong. I'm
talking about when it's hard.
What about the one time you did see it hard, though, for that fucking minute? Like, what about that one time?
We're talking about hard. Shit.